Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GothamKnight channel, your source for all Dark Knight news. What I'm going to go ahead and get into today is this is the podcast. Podcasts are going to be a lot longer than regular YouTube videos, and we are loading up our podcast on YouTube so that way you guys can hear it. We hope to do some live recording of podcasts on YouTube, so that way you guys can go ahead and join us for there. So what I want to go ahead and do is I've already had a chance to read the Three Jokers. However, I got one of my alternative covers in, and I want to go ahead and look at it. It looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and do a video on it, but I just want to go ahead and go through it with you guys and basically give my thoughts on the Three Jokers and what you can expect really from issue 1. And this is a book that's been waiting for 4 years, and I'm not really a 9.8 kind of guy. And I really don't choose between CGC and CBCS. If you guys don't know CBCS, it was started by one of the co-founders that started CGC. So the guy knows what to do. So they also have new cases out. And this is pretty much on the podcast where I let my ADHD just go everywhere, right? So with the CBCS and CGC, it's really your preference, whatever you want. But I think it's going to be cool for listeners and viewers of the channel to see. I decided to put different collections together, and I'm going to try to do them at a 9.8. And there's going to be certain covers, certain things that I cover in video format, so that way you guys can see. Because over a podcast you can't really see it, but we'll just go ahead and go on that route. So the podcast is going to be a little bit more free flowing, a little bit more. I'm going to be just dropping knowledge everywhere about Batman, and it's what I do. It's who I am. So I'm going to let my whole Batman geekiness and nerdiness come out. So the Three Jokers was a book that was announced, I believe, 4 years ago, and we have been waiting on it, and it finally came out, and it finally came out with all these covers. Now, I know not everyone can get these covers, especially I love collecting the black and white covers. I do it because, not that I like alternative covers, I do it because I love the way raw pencils look on paper. And when I draw, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest artist in the world. Far from that. I have way better friends that do this professionally, and their artwork is just stunning. So what I want to go ahead and get to is I got the green, well, I don't know if it's the green, I think it's a purple cover. So I got the purple cover in, and this is from DC's Black Label. And if you don't know, the Black Label is kind of like an alternative line, more adultish line, I guess you could kind of say, for DC, that has been very successful. One was, of course, the one that's hitting right now is Deceased, and then you had the Batman when he showed his wang off. So that's really what really got everybody interested. But I want to go ahead and open this up and look at in the book with you guys. So and I know Chris Journal at Chris Journal's Comics. If you don't follow him on YouTube. I love him. Don't get me, I love Comic Time. I love his enthusiasm. I think I would do a great show with him, with the enthusiasm for comics. I know he has Gen Mint over there, and those guys do amazing and fun reviews, and that's what it should be about. It should be fun reviews and giving your honest review. Here's my thing. Because Batman is my thing, I'm going to be really critical on the history of it. and it's because I love it. I'm sitting here talking to you guys with my cup of coffee, which is a Batman mug. I mean, I'm looking at all Batman stuff, so I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about the things, the stories on Batman, and just my opinion. This is the way I feel, and it might not be the way that you feel, but this is the way I feel about certain issues, certain takes, certain looks. So, the this story, when it came out, the Batman and the three Jokers, I want to see where it goes off to, because it is an alternative story. It's not going to be in the continuity timeline of the regular book. So outside of that, this is great. Me, I have my reservation because there's only one Joker, right? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fans that feel like that. But we're talking about 80 years of writing a character, and you do have to explore things and do new things and change things up and make it exciting. Batman Three Jokers is definitely exciting. It's definitely a story I want to read, and it's in the black label. So I am going to send this off to CGC or CBCS. The book is in excellent shape. I mean, the corners and man, I really don't even want to open it up because this is how good it is. But it does start off with like Batman heading to Wayne Manor, passing. He crashed into his parents' grave, the headstone. He crashed into the Wayne headstone, going into the manor. Of course, it leads off with time heals all wounds, and if they don't, kill you first. If they don't, they kill you first. So he hits into the Batcave, and we see all the goodness of the Batcave, the penny, and all the nostalgia scene, the dinosaur, the 8-ball, relics from the Joker. And it talks about Batman's history, how he's gotten beat up through time, and his back is beat up. You have memories of when Penguin stabbed him, when Bane broke his back, when Riddler burned him, Catwoman scratched him, and it shows all over his body what kind of beating he's taken. And even with Killer Croc, the bite marks, Scarecrow, Joker's bullets, acid being poured onto him when he wore his suit, cards like the metal cards, the sharp cards that Joker would throw at him. You have all these things, and he just keeps thinking about that. And then you have a quick origin story of Bruce and his parents being killed outside the theater, and Joe Chill just pointing his gun at, and then Bruce still feeling that effect of that experience and that memory, and so why he puts on the Batman suit. And then we have a look at Barbara Gordon working out, and of course she's going through doing her, I guess, normal routine of working out. And once she starts taking a shower, she has a remnants of the Killing Joke, which is, I think, fun because the Killing Joke wasn't in continuity. It was not meant to be a continuity. It was a one-off story by itself. And I think they kind of just started working it in when they said that she was paralyzed. And in comics, they just wrote it in that she was paralyzed because the Joker shot her. So technically, the Killing Joke wasn't in continuity, but they did start working into comics in the regular continuity. And one, because it's a great story. So as she's showering, she feels the bullet where the Joker had shot her, and she just has that pain. And then we have a scene where Jason Todd is just beating down some guys, and of course he's wearing the red hood, and he's remembering where they knock off his helmet. They see the scars, and they see the scars from the crowbar that Joker had did to him in, of course, Death in the Family. And so he has that pain too. So we're going through all these memories of pain that has been caused these three heroes by the Joker, right? So there's already your clue to three. Now, Jason Todd leaves three bodies. Of course, they've all been Joker-fied, and there's three of them. And so we're already starting to see the clues of three. One, Batman, Batgirl, and Jason Todd sharing their memories. And these villains or criminals that were laid here are have all been put through like the Ace chemicals. They were found at Ace Chemicals, and you know the history of Batman and Joker. That's where Joker was born. So they've all been put on with that classic red hood that Joker had, that helmet, and they've all been laid out, and they've all had as Bullock talks to Commissioner Gordon, and then Batman shows up. Batman tells him that Joker has us focus on these three, and so Batman starts doing his detective work. He starts talking, and he says, instead of the stolen truck, Gordon's like right behind him. He's like, who are you talking to? And he goes, you hear a voice from up top, and he says, he's talking to me, Commissioner. And it's Batgirl just hanging up in the top of I guess the railing, and that's a really cool scene. So it starts going back to where the Joker was made in the vat of chemicals, and that's what Barbara starts looking at. So the book takes off from there, and one of the guys is not dead. He's asking for help, and when they start to take him, it's really when they get into the ambulance, Batgirl and Batman are following, and then all of a sudden, like, it looks like the EMS, the tech that's in the EMS starts choking him, and then we find out it's actually Jason Todd, and he starts trying to get information out of the guy that's that was still alive, that's yelled for help, that's been Jokerized. We see him, the driver's like saying, what the hell, and Batman and Batgirl are right there, and they start putting their vehicles on auto drive, and Batman just comes right in, and he tells Jason Todd, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, getting information. And he goes, by attacking victims, he's been poisoned by the Joker. You get his heart rate up and any higher, and he'll go into cardiac arrest. Let him go now, Hood. And he calls Jason Todd Red Hood, right? So he just calls him Hood. So then Barbara cutting off the tires, and then we see a scene with a trailer with the vat of chemicals that say Ace Chemicals, that were taken from Ace Chemicals. We see that it's the Joker, and Joker's heading out to a little cabin. As he gets there, he starts knocking, and it's another Joker. And the Joker is wearing a hat that says Large Marge Trucking, and if you don't know, that's an homage to Pee Wee Herman. And when Pee Wee Herman had his big adventure, and she says, tell him that Large Marge sent you. And Large Marge was a ghost, right? We also see him standing there with the one that opens the door is actually the Killing Joke Joker, which is starting to say, whoa, what is this about? And so it goes back to Jason Todd, Batman, and Batgirl, and they start talking, and then it leads with the Joker is looking at a classic type Joker sitting down, and they are sitting there, and he goes, we do what we always do. We try to make a better Joker. So you have a classic Joker, I would say kind of like the Brian Poland type Joker. You got the Killing Joke Joker, and then very 70s type Joker. And he pulls out a coin, and says, call it. They flip it, and he says heads, and then both Jokers say it. They said heads, and he goes, I win. He goes, you come with me. So the one that's sitting down, it seems like he's the main Joker. And as they're going through the Gotham Aquarium, which is really cool, all the fish have been, of course, Jokerized, right? So an homage to the animated series with the, I believe it was the Laughing Fish. So they've all been Jokerized, and then you see like a freaking shark that has been Jokerized. That is freaking cool. So you can see that these chemicals have been taking effect, and then as you turn around, there's another character called Gaggy. If you don't know, Gaggy was a character. I wonder if it was the 50s. He was a henchman for Joker. He was just like a little guy, and I don't remember ever seeing him. He's like really a small person, and he's definitely called his court jester, and he's right there, and he's leading the gang. And as they start shooting the tank, they shot the tank. So Gaggy and the rest of Joker's henchmen all have like names like Pow, Bliff. So an homage to the '60s Batman. So they all have those names on them. So very, very fun. I love that. I love that they did that. So they start fighting, and the tank is starting to crack. It's starting to crack, and as they're fighting, Gaggy starts to look at Jason Todd, and then Jason Todd's like, "Let's have some fun." And as Gaggy's back is turned to the tank, Jason Todd just shot the tank with the shark in it. Gaggy looks back, and he's like, "Oh no!" And the shark just swallows him. Like the shark just came out of the tank, swallows Gaggy, and then the Joker comes out. And it's one of the, I guess, like 70s, 80s kind of Joker comes out, and it looks like piranhas that have all been Jokerized. He throws them at Batman. Jason Todd and Joker start fighting, and they start wailing on him, and then Batman comes in and hits Joker, and then Batgirl hits Joker, and all of a sudden, of course, they defeat him. And Batgirl says, "That's him, isn't it? That's the Joker, Batman?" Like with a question mark. And he goes, "The laugh, the look." He goes, "The smiling fish." He goes, "You're not questioning my question. You know the Joker better than any of us. He's changed his appearance over the years. His MO is as straight as a river, but that's him, right?" And he goes, "Damn it, I had him." And this is Jason Todd saying that. And Jason Todd just starts coming over, and he's like, "Bastard," and he starts kicking the Joker. And Batgirl's like, "Jason, stop." And then Batman calls to Jim Gordon over like a telecom through the year, and he's telling him, "Jim, we captured one of the Jokers." And he's like, "Good." So he goes, I think we have number 2 cornered at 17 on Broadway." So Batman is going to go meet up with Jim. He tells him, to secure him and wait for Arkham Transport and make sure you do a search. So cards fall out, and they're metal cards. They're like, they start hitting the floor like ting, 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 ting. And Batgirl and Jason Todd are right there just watching over the Joker. And Joker is sitting on a chair, and he tries to hit Jason Todd with acid spray, and Batgirl saves him, and the spray tears through one of the Joker cards. Now these are metal, so it shows you that the acid will just burn right through it. And Joker starts laughing. He goes, "These are classic," and he starts laughing and laughing. He goes, "I am the one true Joker, and I can prove it." He goes, "Check his pocket," and he's like, "Loaded." He goes, "Careful for traps." And he goes, "Oh, you're looking for the trap, Batgirl?" He goes, "Me." And he starts looking at Jason Todd, and he goes, he starts kind of reminding him of when he was a brave little boy. He goes, "You frightened me." And he starts laughing. Jason Todd just starts gripping his gun. And Batgirl looks at him and says, "Put the gun away." He goes, "But he's right. Nothing's going to change until we break the cycle." So he aims the gun at the Joker. And Batgirl's like, "Batman wouldn't do this." And Joker looks at him and he goes, "Oh, you're absolutely right. He absolutely would not. But Batman isn't here, is he, my darling?" And Batgirl's just looking at Jason Todd, which is a very emotional moment. And you can see Jason Todd just all over his face. And she's like, "Please put the gun down." And he goes, "Let's look at the facts here, Bat people." He goes, "I bashed this boy's skull in. I killed this Robin. And then Batman arrested me, like you're doing now. Brought me to Arkham, and that was that. Until it wasn't." And Jason Todd's like, "You didn't kill me. You only made me stronger." And he's like, "Yes." He goes, "You crawled from the shallow grave I left you in. You lived on the fight. You lived on to fight another day. Hurrah. You survived because of your tenacity." He goes, "Or maybe I beat you to a bloody mess. I took you right to the edge because I wanted to leave you alive." So as he's going through his conversation, and Joker's eyes are just lit up with like happiness that of this beating Jason Todd. He goes, Batgirl's just pleading with him to put the gun down, and Joker's just laughing and laughing through this whole conversation. He goes, "And look at you now, my little Red Hood, shooting up people and making Batman's life miserable." He goes, "You are my Robin." And Jason Todd is like crying, and it's you see the homage back to when he was beat into a pulp, and Jason Todd, his fingers like just quivering as he's on the trigger. And Batgirl just runs to Jason Todd, and Joker's just laughing and laughing. And then Batgirl shoots a batarang at Jason as Jason has full 2-grip handle on this gun, ready to kill the Joker, clicks it, and bam, shoots the Joker in the head. Batgirl can't believe it. Robin, aka Jason Todd, is standing there motionless. The Joker falls through the 3 panels of him just dying, being shot in the head. Batgirl looking stunned, saying, "What did you do, Jason? What the hell did you do?" Jason then responds, "I ended it. Don't tell me you didn't want to do this too after everything he did to you." Batgirl's, "No, I didn't want this." Jason's Todd, "Really? When's the last time you missed?" He goes, "When's the last time you missed, Barbara?" And then we have a shot at the batarang. She missed Jason Todd's gun. She's standing there now in a pool of blood from Joker. She looks down. She starts crying. She looks at Jason. She says, "Screw you, Jason." Jason Todd's just there, looking over Joker. He's like, "Man, I hope that's the right one." And that's the conclusion of the first issue of book 1. This was, and you know what? I have to add that this was wonderful art by. Jason Fabuk. Jeff Johns wrote this, and I know there's a lot of things going on about Jeff Johns in the movies, and some of the things that he did with the Justice League movie and how that all happened. Of course, Walter Hamada let him go from that now, so he has no influence on the movies. Wonderful story from Jeff Johns. I mean, Jeff Johns can write. The stuff that he's done, I haven't seen it. I don't know from the movie side, so I'm not going to defend him on the movie side. Um, Once people have different type of powers, they have different type of agendas. But Jeff Johns can write. Flashpoint, Blackest Night, like this guy's proven as a writer, and he's proven that he can write DC characters. This is a story that is made for ages 17 and up. What a wonderful, wonderful story. And I say that because it's the Black Label, right? Like I said, it's not going to count in the continuity of the main line. So this is like a fun thing to enjoy. 3 Jokers are out there. One is now dead by the hands of Jason Todd, where it's kind of redemption. Which now leads me to wonder that since this was the Joker that beat Jason Todd, the next one up has to be the one that shot Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke, which is probably the greatest Batman story ever told. So, are we going to see Barbara kill that Joker? Man, that leaves a lot to wonder now. Because Jason just took care of a part of what made him. And that's really in-depth writing. Because you all know when something bad happens, you want to have closure. Is this the closure that that Jason needed? I mean, it definitely leaves you to wonder. This book is the like I said, it's a purple or green cover I got in. I have the regular covers here, but this is definitely really cool. I definitely want to get the black and white ones, but when you have a regular bills right now, and especially right now, what's been going on with the pandemic, and you gotta watch everything right now and how you spend, and especially when you have a 2-year-old now going on a 3-year-old, you give everything to them. So I do really want the black and white covers. Just financially, I don't think I can do that right now. I'm hoping that they do drop in price. Like, I hope when the hype dies down a little bit, prices do drop. So I'm hoping that, it drops. And also for you guys, if you ever want to collect any of the rare variants and different covers, my suggestion is wait. No, you can't lose out. It sucks. But if it's meant to be, I'm a firm believer. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, right? So just wait on that. Don't. A lot of people are going through tough times. Excuse me. So, and being a collector and watching your collection, it's not important as your family, right? But if you can do it, do it. Have fun. Have fun doing it. Just for me, for right now, and where my family is at, I can't do the black and white covers yet. I just can't. Regular covers, yes. I got the purple one. I really wanted the purple and green one. I do want the black and white ones, don't get me wrong. And there's definitely some really cool covers out there for the 3 Jokers. So I enjoyed the first book. I highly recommend that you guys get it. It's definitely a fun story. Now remember, that might be biased because I'm a huge Joker fan. As I sit here looking at some of the Joker stuff that I have, I'm a big Joker fan. So I take that with what you will. Enjoy it. Enjoy that story. It's fun to get away and enjoy it. And the reason why I read it really quick was because I had read it before and I enjoyed it. Man, I love comics. I love Batman comics a lot. And so, with that, I want to go ahead and talk about some of the movie news. I'm really excited for this movie. Um, the the way that Robert Patterson, it did take me back to when Heath Ledger was cast, and a lot of people were like, "No, I don't know what this pretty boy is as Joker." And I have my history with that I do want to share with you guys. I'll share it in later episodes. Um, but when he was cast, a lot of people were just so negative, and it threw me off for a minute. I was like, why would you cast Heath Ledger? And I think back when this happened, back in 2006, 2007, you could Heath Ledger was just known as a pretty boy. Um, but when you see the collection of films that he did, then you start to see and appreciate the art of acting. And there are a lot of actors out there that have this ability to just take us away and believe that. Um, I think that's what made Christian Bale um, really good as a dynamic actor playing Batman. Now, his voice wasn't the greatest, of course. His mask wasn't the greatest. I just always thought it sucked in his cheeks too much. And not that I hate it, of course. I love that. I love the Batman. I honestly prefer his Batman Begins suit versus his Dark Knight suit. I love that Batman Begins suit. That was really cool. Um, the casting of Heath was just lightning in a bottle. Like Nolan caught it. He's like, you know what, this is gonna be my Joker. This guy's a wonderful actor, and he's showed us that. I mean, he's made a bar for the Joker, and it took another great actor to come along and pay respects. Kind of like what they're doing with the Black Label. That's what Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was. It was the Black Label of DC movies. Like, this is by itself. This is not in the regular movies. This is something by itself. And Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix, amazing job with the Joker. I don't like the paint for the eyes, because, you know, maybe, I don't know if I'm just that purist in that, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I love Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I love that what him and Todd Phillips created. Amazing job of showing that this Joker wasn't created in a vat of chemicals in comics. This Joker was created from society, and I think that speaks more high. Uh, Nolan brought in the term what I call hyper realistic, and it's where you're trying to relate this to real world, and I think that's what um, Todd Phillips did with the Joker, made it hyper realistic. I think Matt Reeves is taking it more into hyper realistic. Is it my favorite? I enjoy him. I love him. I really do. Um, I love Tim Burton's vision of Gotham City and that world, and that gothic art deco feel of Gotham City. I think that was more Anton First, who was the designer on the Batman films with Tim Burton. Um, wonderful artist. One vision. His vision was just pure, and I love his industrial type city of Gotham City, and I love that. And I even working that into my own books now, and I just want to pay homage to a wonderful, brilliant um, uh, artist that he was. Um, so I'm working on my book. I'll give you guys some. I've already published a lot of books. If you want to try to find them, they're Moonstreak and Gears and Bones. So you can go find those. But with my stuff, I'm rebooting them, and I'm actually writing the stories. I'm not a writer by any means, but I got my stories coming out, and I want you guys to check those out. And I definitely got some. Like I said, I draw too. I'm not a story artist. To draw comics, you really got to be a great artist to tell a story, and I'm not there as an artist. I mainly do concepts of what I want in the world, and I draw those. And I definitely get a lot of talented friends who could tell stories from panel to panel. But as I was getting to see how my ADHD, we just ran off somewhere. Thanks for joining me on that run. But the Batman, it was I didn't know what to expect with Robert Pattinson. When he was casting Harry Potter, that casting team did an amazing job through those films. So I love the Harry Potter films. Wonderful stories and wonderful casting, perfect casting, to be honest. When Robert Pattinson got pulled into the whole Twilight stuff, I was like, yeah, that's not my thing. So I know majority of the ladies love Robert Pattinson from those films and the way he looks, and I honestly, when Twilight was coming out, everything was like, oh, you gotta see this, got vampires and everything. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, that's not my type of vampires, and I love vampires. And you're gonna read that in my story with the new story of Moonstreak, which is changing titles and stuff. But yeah, I didn't know about that. But then I saw a couple of films with Robert Pattinson, other than Twilight, and Lighthouse was one of them. And I was like, man, this kid can definitely act. And I got that vibe from Heath all over again, that here's a casting that nobody agrees with, and everybody just sees him as the pretty boy from Twilight. I don't know, and I don't want to say that he's going to be the greatest Batman, but I love Ben's Batman. I love Ben's take on Batman. The one thing that I don't like is that we have not had a time to really enjoy Ben Affleck's Batman with its own story and his own tale, Gotham. Man, he had some of the perfect parts where Batman's on top of a building, the way he ropes around on one of the water towers in one of the films, and then that fight scene in Batman versus Superman where they're holding Superman's mother. Man, that fight scene that's pretty epic. That's an awesome fight scene for Batman, and very physical, very very on point of what Batman should do. And then, of course, here comes the Batman trailer, and Robert Pattinson just embodies a mysterious figure through the whole thing. And when you want to see him step up, he comes up and he just beats that guy to a bloody pulp. Like, he didn't stop. Like, that was the difference. We see the pa, 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 and that's it. We think, oh, Batman's done with him. He's already took care of him. And then he breathes, walks over, and then starts continuing to beat the guy. Like, like you couldn't believe it. Like, that was so cool. And you know that this is a different take. You know that this is definitely a different take. This is Matt Reeves' Batman. This is Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's Batman. And there's so many homages to the animated series, to comics. And of course, you got to draw from that because that's where a lot of the great ideas that have been implanted there, and you change them, you twist them a little bit to fit a film. Um, so I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the trailer. I, I'm sure, like many of you, you guys were left wanting more. Matt Reeves left us wanting more. I want to see more. I want to see more. The one thing I don't like is the Batmobile. The Batmobile looks like a 71 Charger. It looks like with a almost V10 V12 engine, almost with the jet engine pack on it. Um, but when it went right through the one of the walls, I mean that a la Tumblr, uh, that was really cool. I thought that was really cool of that vehicle to do, but it still left you wanting more, and I want more. I want a different Batmobile, to be honest, but who knows? This Batmobile might change. All indications too in this trailer is that there is going to be a new suit. So the suit that we see Robert Patterson in is going to change. Um, so, I want to see what this new suit looks like too. I'm pretty sure they're going to hold on tight to it. But toys got to come out. Those leaks, like, you got to start getting toys made ahead advance, and because toys are what makes studios money, and we've talked about this before in one of our videos, is that toys really are the profit side of these films. And you got to get this toys made. I'm pretty sure leaks are going to start to come out about it, so that's something that we'll definitely look forward to, and checking that out. What's another thing about the movie? I know we had talked about possibly the Court of Owls on the stairs. I believe one of the fans had rerun the video, did it really slow motion, and it looks like the reason why you can actually see the guy's face when you see the edit, where it's actually just the reason why it looks white out like the owl mask is because one of the shots from a gun, but it's the lighting, was on his face at that time. So yep, that one I'm not being confirmed. That is confirmed that it's not Court of Owls person. It's just a flash from a gun. So you have that. What else? From the trailer, I love how they're filming it in England with all these Gothic buildings, and I love that. I mean, like I said, I'm a huge Anton First fan, and I love that design, and I know he drew upon that old Gothic sense of England in those industrial times. So I'm gonna really enjoy that. I honestly think it's a really great take. I think Zoe Kravitz looked amazing as Catwoman. Definitely brings me back to Batman Year One, when Batman was first, trying out to be Batman. Wonderful story. You guys got to read that by Frank Miller and Dave Mazzucchelli. Love that story. What else? What else is going on in the world of Batman? Other than that, I see some cool statues that are out there. I don't know if you guys checked out our latest video by J&D Studios that just did the Joker statue. Like, that one was really cool and the hyper real. But like I said, it's Nolan's hyper realistic, but they called it hyper real. Man, they did an amazing job. Man, $2,200 for that thing. Just can't do that. I just can't do that. When there's no Joker of the actual Joker in there. So that's something I can't do. Let's see here. Let me see. I know Sideshow has the Mr. Freeze going out. Definitely wanted that statue. I hope to collect those here. A little bit later. Like I said, like this pandemic definitely has hit my family hard. For those that have watched the first episode, my sister was taken by COVID-19. So, I miss her. I wait for her to call, and she always loved and supported my thing for Batman. So yeah, so I'm missing my sister. I miss her calling and checking up on my son, Jedi Keaton. Let's see here. I'm going to the Sideshow website. I want to see see if there's anything cool. I know we got emails on it. I wasn't able to check it the other day because of work, but let's see here. And yes, I have heavy hands. So, yes, that's right. They're bringing out these noir versions of figures. They're the 6 scale figures, so if you collect those, they're about $225. I love this noir Batman. He looks really cool. I have a few of the 6 scale figures, which I'll be reviewing on the show. So I will definitely do that. But these noir style figures are amazing. You guys definitely have to see this. It reads that Sideshow presents the Batman Noir version, 6 scale figure lurking in the shadows of your DC Comics collectibles. I love this. I hope to collect this. I hope this stays up for a while. I know in situations where you can't get this kind of stuff right off the bat, eBay is going to be there, and hopefully private collectors. But you do have the Noir Joker version, which is actually a little bit more for $240, which has a great look on his face. I love it. I don't hate you because I'm crazy. I'm crazy because I hate you. That's the tagline that they use for this figure. So, I want you, Joker. All right, so yeah, this is also the side of being a fan where you go look and get depressed because some of the things you can't get. Oh, there's a Superpowers Robin. I love Superpowers. Oh, this is so cool. I didn't see this. I got to do a video on it. Sideshow and Twitterhead. Oh, yeah, I've been hearing a lot of great things about Twitterhead. Are proud to announce the latest release from the Superpowers collection of DC maquettes, Robin. This statue of the Boy Wonder is approximately 16 inches tall and features a Gothic-style rooftop base. I love that base. That base is freaking cool. All right, I'm going to have to go do a review on this, and it's really cool because it has like that point of Dick Grayson when he's about to become Nightwing. That's the look of it that they have on him in here. So that's really cool, and I see the Batman who laughs. Those, oh man, as collectors you could just get lost in here. And oh man, this new life-size Batman bust. Yes, I have the Dark Knight one, but oh man, I want this one. Oh yeah, it's got a Frank Miller Batman. I love that Batman where he's a little bit older and a little bit bigger, and that's what I'm working on, guys. I actually have a new video coming out. It's called Train You Like Batman, and I'm really doing it to do motivation, to lose weight, to get healthier, one for my family, to be here for my son and my wife, for a lot longer than pretty much have through this time. And this pandemic has really hit us really hard. Definitely want to motivate myself. So I've actually have a few videos recording. I'm actually I'm not gonna say working out. I'm walking. I'm taking those first steps. So this is actually my 3rd week I'm doing it. So I got a couple of videos I'm gonna be posting about my walk. So I'm gonna be doing a video where it's called Training Like Batman, and I've studied Taekwondo. I'm actually gonna study. I talk about it on the video for Aikido, probably some Kempo style That's what Batman would do. So I'm going to take you guys on that adventure too. So I hope you can join me for that. But that Batman bus is like that's the Batman look I'm gonna be going for, since I'm older and I have that size of body. I'm not a Christian Bale type, Robert Pattinson type. I'm a Frank Miller type Batman. Oh man, they have a Nightfall Batman cowl on here. Oh man, Jean Paul Valley, yes. I wish I want them to do some more with Jean Paul Valley. I clicked on Batman. Why is Doomsday here? That's a really cool Doomsday though. Yeah, man, Sideshow has some pretty cool stuff. I got that Batwing lamp. I gotta open that and do a review on it for you guys. So if you've seen this, I mean, if you're a collector, I'm just going through the website and just trying to see what else might be new out there that I haven't really seen. Everything looks the same. Yeah, I haven't seen really anything new. I mean, you already did the video on that Bane, so that Bane is really cool. What I'm thinking about doing also, guys, is doing live commentary for movies. I did this, man, years back, maybe 12, 13 years back, where I did a commentary with other people that were part of the Batman community on another podcast where we did live commentary. So I'll do commentary videos for you guys if you're ever watching the films and you just want to watch them with a different take. I can load up some of those commentaries and we can watch it together, and you can agree and disagree with me on some of the takes. So we could definitely do that. So I'll try to get those uploaded for you guys. But yeah, I'm just looking through the Sideshow website at some cool stuff. But yeah, guys, and I know the podcast, like I said, they're gonna be definitely different from the YouTube videos. So yeah, they're gonna be definitely a lot longer, a lot of bigger discussions. So I'm glad we were able to talk about the Three Jokers. I hope you guys can go ahead and pick that up, and just some other cool tidbits and here and there, and that's what we'll go ahead and do in the podcast. Next podcast, I'll try to bring along some old friends that used to join me for my old podcast days. So I know I've talked to them about coming on, and hopefully we'll have a discussion or two and talk about what they're up to, and their takes on the current situation of what with the current topics of Batman is doing in their lives or what they're seeing, so we can go ahead and do that. So all right, guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the podcast to an end here, and I want you guys to enjoy your day out in Gotham City, Gothamites, and you guys have a great day. Okay, enjoy your day. Take care.